If you're new to Jacksonville or just starting to consider a move to Northeast Florida, you may have noticed it's a huge area. So how do you decide where to focus your home search? This video is part of a series exploring the different neighborhoods of Jacksonville and the surrounding areas. And I'm going to start with one of my personal favorites. Well, because it's where I live. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, my name is Andrea Delancy. I've been a realtor here in the Jacksonville and Northeast Florida area for over 17 years and a resident here for over 30 years. Wow. I post weekly videos on all things real estate and just living the Jacksonville lifestyle. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay on top of what's happening in our area. So let's talk about living in our area. You may have heard Jacksonville is the largest city in the US by land mass. And that means there are tons of smaller areas and neighborhoods to explore. You may have heard areas or neighborhoods being referred to by names like the North Side, the West Side, Fleming Island, Bay Meadows, Arlington, Riverside, and what about Julington Creek? These are all areas of town in Jacksonville or smaller suburbs of Jacksonville, and there are quite a few. So if you're new to the area or thinking about a move here, how in the world do you choose the best neighborhood? Well, that really comes down to your specific needs and what's important to you. Maybe you're trying to stay within a certain proximity to your job or schools. It's also kind of about the lifestyle you're looking for, and of course your budget. You'll find that there can be a big difference in affordability and what you can get for your money in the different areas of town. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite areas, referred to as Mandarin. And I'll admit, I'm a little biased here. I've lived in several different areas of town during my 30 years in Jax, and I just keep coming back to Mandarin. I've actually owned 3 homes in different parts of Mandarin, so I do know it well. And I'll give you all the reasons I love it, and you can decide if it might be a good fit for you. And be sure to watch until the end, because I'll also tell you a few not so great things that you should be aware of. So Mandarin is a pretty large general area, and we can break that down even more specific to areas like San Jose, Beauclair, or Bartram Park. So when I refer to Mandarin, I'm including 4 different zip codes: 32217, 32257, 32223, and 32258. The Mandarin area is located south of downtown Jacksonville and east of the St. Johns River, and it is part of Duval County. Mandarin has always been one of the most desirable areas of Jacksonville, and one of the areas that sees some of the highest increases in property values year over year. As you drive through Mandarin, you'll notice beautiful mature oak trees and river views, and there's actually a lot of history in this part of town. You'll find a unique mix of both older, more established neighborhoods, with some homes dating back to the early 1900s, as well as some newer construction communities. But because this area of town is already pretty built up, there aren't that many opportunities for new construction. And when there are, they're usually smaller communities, often 100 homes or less, and they don't really offer some of those luxury amenities that you would find in the larger planned developments. The plus side to that is they do tend to have lower homeowners association fees, and often the more established neighborhoods don't have an HOA at all. You'll definitely find a larger concentration of brick and concrete block homes, mid-century modern styles, and usually larger yards and more space between your neighbors. If you don't really care for the cookie cutter style homes and neighborhoods and you're looking for more unique choices, Mandarin might be a good fit for you. One of the things I love about Mandarin is the central location. If you're familiar with Jacksonville, it can take over an hour to get from one end of town to the other. But Mandarin is kind of right in the middle of everything. It's 20 to 30 minutes to downtown Jax or to get out to the beaches. And it's easy to get on I-295 and I-95. So in Jacksonville, you usually have to get on the highway at some point to get around town. So having several access points for Mandarin just adds to the convenience. Mandarin is also only 20 to 30 minutes to NAS Jax. And speaking of convenience, Mandarin has everything you need within a few minutes of whichever area you're in. We have a Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, several Publix and Winn-Dixie shopping centers, Fresh Market, and even an Aldi. There's a Walmart, Target, and Lowe's, tons of dining options, and they're all within minutes. Mandarin borders the St. Johns River, so you get some stunning views even just driving along San Jose Boulevard or State Road 13, which is one of the main thoroughways. And Mandarin Road is a beautiful drive with a canopy of oak trees, and the riverside is lined with multi-million-dollar riverfront estates. You'll also find several parks with river access and historical significance too, like the Harriet Beecher Stowe Home, the Walter Jones Historical Park, and Mandarin Park. With such easy access to the river and smaller tributaries like Jillington Creek and Goodby's Creek, there are several boat ramps and marinas in the Mandarin area. Residents enjoy boating, jet skiing, kayaking and canoeing, and even paddleboarding. If you're looking for more exclusive recreation, the San Jose Golf and Country Club and Epping Forest Yacht Club offer private memberships with tons of perks. Did I mention Mandarin is home to one of the oldest and most prestigious private college prep schools in the country? The Bowles School, which dates back to 1933, has students from pre-K through 12th grade. Their swim team alumni include 14 Olympic medalists. How cool is that? Bartram Park and zip code 32258 are the newer areas of Mandarin. This area offers not only quite a few single-family homes and newer neighborhoods, but also several townhome and condo communities. And they're within walking distance or biking distance to nearby stores and dining. I even see people with golf carts. It's also right next to one of the area's newer shopping malls, the Pavilions at Durbin Park, which is just across the St. Johns County line. Now, northern St. Johns County and the Bartram Park area is one of the fastest growing areas in Northeast Florida, with a lot more growth coming over the next several years. So if you're looking for newer homes and opportunities to build, this may be the right area for you. So you've heard the pros about Mandarin, but what about the cons? Like I mentioned before, this is one of the more built up areas of town. So with that, of course, comes traffic. During peak commute times, San Jose Boulevard especially can get pretty backed up. But you get to know the traffic patterns and just prepare for it, or you get to know some of the back roads to go around it. Another thing to just be aware of is because Mandarin does tend to have older homes, sometimes they need quite a bit of updating. As you're shopping for homes, be sure you're looking especially into the plumbing and electrical systems, because that's where we run into the most issues. Older plumbing and electrical can not only be very costly to update, but you can also run into issues with homeowners insurance as well. Mandarin is also in Duval County, which doesn't have the best reputations for its public schools. Some are rated higher than others. So if you do have school-aged children, be sure to check out the reviews for the various schools in these zip codes. It might help you narrow down where you want to be. I've put a link in the description where you can find more information on school ratings and reviews. And last but not least, because Mandarin is one of the more desirable areas of town, it's also one of the more expensive as far as home prices. In some of the areas with older homes like 32217 and 32257, sometimes you can find smaller starter homes in the low 200s, but it's getting harder to find anything under $300,000 in the Mandarin area. Pricing usually ranges from the 300s all the way up to several million for those luxury riverfront estates. There are definitely other areas of town where you can get a little more bang for your buck, but again, it just depends on what's important to you. I hope you guys found this information helpful. If I can answer any questions about Mandarin or other areas you're considering, feel free to reach out to me anytime. And please don't forget to subscribe and be on the lookout for more videos on the local real estate market and exploring everything Jacksonville has to offer. Thanks for watching.